Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 44 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson, and I am the CEO and the founder of Soaring Solo, and that is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. So thank you for joining me again. The mission of Isolate, Meditate, Create is just to connect us to one another during quarantine and also to our creative expression every day so that we have a moment to just still ourselves and be creative. So that said, please make sure that you have something nearby you to write with and write on. As soon as we are done meditating, we're going to move right into our writing process. So go ahead and get comfortable, get in a comfortable seated position. And just close your eyes. And just start to get in touch with your breath. And audibly exhale if you need to help you release whatever tension or stress you might be holding on to. And just imagine that on every in-breath, you are filling your body with warm, nourishing light that is going from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. Just filling you up and nourishing you. And notice any thoughts that might be passing through your mind or racing through your mind. Notice them, but just try to let those go. Give yourself the gift of being in this present moment. Try not to worry about what you have to do later on today or this week or what happened just before this, and just really try to be here now, be in this moment. And take a scan of your whole body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and just notice where you're clenching or where you might feel some discomfort or pain. Just breathe deeply into those places, further relaxing, further melting into the seat or the chair, the ground beneath you. Really allowing yourself to loosen and relax. Let your shoulders drop back, let your facial muscles relax. And imagine that with every in-breath, you are breathing in nourishment, things that fill your body, fill your mind, fill your heart, and fill your cup. So just breathing in optimism and hope, generosity, abundance, kindness, laughter, love, whatever it is that you need to breathe in, just imagine that on every in-breath, you are breathing that in, calling that into your life. And with every out-breath, allow yourself to release back to the world those things that no longer serve you, those things that steal your joy or keep you blocked. Negativity, pessimism, limited beliefs or thinking, scarcity, paranoia, fear, selfishness, hate, whatever it is, just release that to the universe. Bitterness, resentment, let it go, at least for this moment in time. And just continuing this cycle of breath, imagining that on every in-breath, you are calling in the things that serve you and fill your cup, and on your out-breath, you are releasing out of your system those things that are holding you back and do not serve you. And imagine now that your breath is starting to transform and that now you are able on your out breath to return to the world that which you have to give. So you're breathing in those things that serve you, and now in your out breath, you are giving back your own sense of generosity, kindness, abundance, gratitude, non judgment, love, laughter, whatever it is that you have to give back to the world. Imagine giving that back on your out breath. And just continue this cycle of breath, giving and receiving. And in this next moment, I'm going to take you through a visualization. And I just ask that you trust whatever comes up for you. Trust whatever your intuition, imagination, and creativity show you. Try not to control it or judge it. Just go on the journey, knowing that you never have to share anything that comes up for you unless you choose to. So be very uncensored and free in this experience. I want you to call to mind your rock bottom. Call to mind your rock bottom, the moment in your life where it really felt like things were at their worst. Just let that moment in time come to your memory. And as it surfaces for you, just try to recall as many of the expositional details as you can. How old were you? Do you remember what year it was? What season of the year it was? Where you were located at that time, where you were living? Did you have a job at that time? If so, what was it? Were you in a relationship at that time? If so, with whom? Just try to recall as many of those types of details about this rock bottom period of your life. And what about this period in time made it your rock bottom? Why was it so devastating or challenging or dark at that time? What was it about this time in your life that made it a rock bottom? And did you call on anyone for help? Did you have any supportive support system around you, whether spiritually or physical, in your physical world? What sort of help did you have or not have at that time? And what lessons were there for you during this time? Were there any lessons, any new insights, anything that was strengthened in you or changed or transformed in you because of this rock bottom? Were there any blessings or gifts that actually came into your life because of this rock bottom or in spite of it? And now I want you to go to the flip side of that coin. I want you to imagine just the opposite. I want you to go to your mountaintop peak experience. So, leaving behind the rock bottom, and let's go up to the top of the mountain, our peak experience of our lives. When did you feel like you were at your peak, your happiest, most elated moment in your life so far, where it felt like things were synergistic and in alignment? You were on your path. What was that moment for you? And again, go through the expositional details of that. How old were you? When was it? If you had a job, what was that job? If you were in a relationship, with whom? What year was it? What season of the year? Whatever details you can recall about this peak, top of the mountain time of your life. And what about this time just made it such a high point of your life experience? And were there people around you, or again, if you can think of this in the spiritual sense too, or physical in the body people, but what was your community or your relationships at that time to celebrate or be present with you in this peak experience? Were there any key people involved in this time? And are there any lessons or gifts in this moment for you to take away? Any insights, lessons, gifts, transformations available to you in this peak moment? What were those things? And just be in this reflection for a few more moments. You want to recall the rock bottom and the peak. and compare them, or whatever insights you want to take away from reflecting on these two aspects of your life. Just take another couple of moments to reflect on these things and see what your intuition shows you. And taking another deep breath in. And on our exhale, just coming back to this present moment and opening our eyes. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. So please reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. And you're going to have 8 minutes to write about whatever came up for you. So maybe you want to focus on either the rock bottom or the mountaintop experience, or maybe you want to write about both. You could portray a scene that came up for you between characters, or a first person monologue, song lyrics, or poem, whatever comes up for you. Just try to be uncensored and let yourself have the grace of a first draft. Okay, I'll let you know when your time is up. If you have any questions for me, put them in the chat, please. We have about 3.5 minutes left, 3.5 minutes. And 1 minute left, 1 minute. Okay, great. Please wrap up your writing. And as always, I encourage you to transcribe what you've written if you haven't already onto your computer so that you have a nice, safe place for all of your writing. And please share what you've written with someone that you trust. It's so important to be witnessed in our creativity. And also, I have several announcements coming up and other opportunities to share what you've written. So please look in the chat for the various announcements. First being that I put up my free class dates in May. So that's May 16th and May 30th. And I do create an opportunity for people to share their work in class. And there's also a writing prompt each time so that you'll walk away with some new material. So please RSVP on jessicalynjohnson.com for that class. Next, this coming weekend is my fifth installment of the Soaring Solo Spotlight series, and I'm so excited to have TL Forsberg co-facilitate that experience with me, because we're going to be taking a look at how to edutain, tour, and make money with your solo show. And if you haven't heard of edutainment, it's exactly what it sounds like: education, entertainment combined. And so there's a lot of contribution that comes from edutainment, and financial compensation that can come from edutainment. So it's all about learning how to market that and write your show in such a way that it can be viable edutainment. So we're going to talk about that, and just touring in general, and how to create a show of that caliber. So that's happening Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30. The suggested donation is $30, but pay what you can will be honored during the COVID-19 situation. We're really trying to be sensitive to that. So just email me if you're interested in that, soaringsoloartist@gmail.com. And if you, another opportunity to share your work, I'm doing the open mic that I did back in February called Snacks. It's an open mic just for solo artists. So that's happening again. And that's going to be on Friday, May 15th. And that's at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Zoom. And if you want to participate in that, it's just a $5 donation to either attend as just a supporter and spectator, or to actually try and perform and sign up and everything. So there will be, I'll email you the details on how to sign up for the lineup and all of that. But yeah, contact me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com about that as well. And then, yeah, if you want to work with me in a more professional capacity, I put that in the chat as well. You can contact me for setting up an initial consult or getting into any of the other events and things I have going on. And then if you missed any of the Isolate, Meditate, Create, I put all of that on my YouTube channel as soon as we're done here. So all 44 experiences are on my YouTube channel, which is again listed in the chat. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and bonus videos are there as well. So I think that's everything. I hope you have a really blessed day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you, everyone. Bye.